that forget America, white America is an irredeemably racist country, and that the only course for the Negroes is to bring about a final, violent, apocalyptic confrontation of black and white.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Nev from the Riot Watch. Today we're going to be going over stuff that happened on August 23rd, the morning of, and the night of August 22nd. Things are definitely escalating slowly. Things are definitely evolving. Antifa has definitely found their stepdad's stash of lighter fluid because they're actually successfully burning things like signs, trees, flags, and mattresses. All this stuff is going up in flames. Now, a lot of people are trying to catch me on my definition of Antifa, and once again, I'd like to say that this is American Antifa, and American Antifa is nothing like Antifa in Europe. This isn't your grandfather's or your father's Antifa. This is a new breed of Antifa. Some people try to tell me that Antifa is for big government. They like big government. But if you're looking at these riots and these protests here, does anyone really get the impression that these guys want big government? No. These Antifa want to burn the government down. They want to burn the system to the ground. And that is an anarchist thing. If you go as far left as you can, everything's burnt down and everybody's been raped. If you go as far right as you can, there is just too damn much order. And you get situations going on like the Pope hiding kids getting molested. Let's face it, that's just how it goes. And these guys are definitely super far left. They claim to be Antifa. They're flat out saying they are. We got a new definition here then, folks. So once again, who makes the definition of a word? Is it a dictionary or is it the people? Because the definition of things change. Take a look at a dictionary from 100 years ago and look up marriage, and I bet you'll find that it will say that it's the type of thing where it isn't a partnership, but it's the type of thing where more or less a man leads a family. Things change, and the definition of Antifa has definitely changed. These guys are anarchists. They want to burn it down. They don't want the government to be built up. We have more information being released on the protests that the flag wavers had within Portland. I don't think many of these Antifa guys have actually been punched in the face. Like, seriously punched in the face. I think these are a lot of snowflakes that have never actually had to fight. But they got the rage in their heart, so they're down here fighting. Now, once again, in Portland, during the day shift, the flag wavers, the Patriots, came on down. The flag wavers came on down to use their, First Amendment right in order to protest. And Antifa didn't like that. The Antifa, or the people at home, the people have the home ground. The protests happened. Once again, the Proud Boys, the Patriots, beat them back, and then they went home. And as they were going home, Antifa just, they couldn't handle it, so they followed them. And in it, they got punched in the face a few times. I really get a kick out of the fact that guy got punched, and they're like, oh my god, the cops are just standing there.
Oh my god, the cops are just standing there!
You want to defund the police? Do you really want to defund the police? If you defund the police and you get punched in the face, then the cops won't just be standing there. There will be no cops. Now, come on, guys. Let's see a little bit less of this. Seriously, this is unreasonable. This isn't how we win friends and influence people. Keep your guns at home. Seriously, keep your frickin' guns at home. Or keep them in their frickin' holster. I bet this guy's going to get arrested for this. But this is the stupid stuff that we're going to see that's going to trigger some stuff. Folks on the left, catch your friends. Don't be doing this kind of stuff. This guy looks big enough that he doesn't even need to bring that gun out. Look at the guns he's got on his arm. Man, I wish I had forearms that big. He didn't need to bring that stuff out. Keep that stuff at home, will you? Now, some people might be like, hey, you shouldn't have punched that girl. Well, if you dress in black bloc all the time and you use black bloc, then nobody can tell exactly who you are or what sex you are, right? Anyways, Antifa here wants to say that they won this fight because they sent everybody home. No, they didn't win this fight. Proud Boys definitely won this fight, and then they went home, and Antifa couldn't handle it, so they followed everyone, which is just, come on. Newly developed, Antifa is squirting people with motor oil. That's interesting. That could be pretty dangerous because you get metal shavings in motor oil. You get stuff you don't want in motor oil on your face. So you got any lefties here trying to tell me that Antifa wants bigger government? Does it look like these guys want bigger government? Nah, these guys want to burn everything down and then act like they can rebuild it. I don't think anyone can rebuild it. Now, that's the thing. Things might not be the best in USA, but USA is still one of the best damn countries in the world. They got problems. They definitely got problems. But it's a good system. You want to compare it to communist systems? Find me one communist system that's anywhere near as good as the USA. Find me one communist system that you would live in. And then, you know what? Frickin' go live there. Now, that being said, there are absolutely problems in the States that justice for Breonna Taylor, yeah, we need more justice. I mean, let's stop having these cops investigating cops for stuff that cops should or shouldn't have done. Let's have cops being fired, flat out fired, and then denied their retirement. Let's make it so that cops won't get their retirement money if they screw up, if they murder people, because they shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be at a point where they need these cams. And I know, like, I'm from Canada, but I flat out know police that were from frontline infantry in the army that went into being police that absolutely have no place working with police. I also know police in the States that are great people, but there's just some folks that you don't want there. Protesters are filling balloons full of feces, apparently, my guys. That's an interesting next step. This is definitely one of those situations that you become the monster that you fight against because somebody had to handle feces in order to load these, in order to get these balls going. Have you ever had a water balloon fight and tried to keep your hands dry when you filled those balloons? Somebody's got some shitty hands. Okay, watch this part real close with me. In your opinion, what did this guy get shot with? Did he get shot with a gun? Did he get shot with a paintball gun? Anyways, here we go. I'm still trying to get more information on exactly what went on here, but to bring guns to something like this is absolutely reprehensible. Or I guess I should say to fire guns, to brandish guns, to aim guns is absolutely reprehensible. But I know that in the States we got a right to bear arms. Here we have video of peaceful protesters that apparently just want more government and peacefully breaking the windows on a locally owned Quiznos sub. Yep. Fight the man. That'll teach my stepdad for what he did to me. Now this stuff is really creepy. This went on over in Portland on the night shift, so you know things are going to be a little bit crazy when it comes to the night shift. Off with their head. The French Revolution. Even the people who started the French Revolution got their heads chopped off. The leaders of the French Revolution got their heads chopped off. Let's not forget that, ladies and gentlemen. That's part of anarchy. A lot of people seem to forget. Once you get to anarchy, nobody's freaking safe. I like it when all these Instagrammers and YouTubers and stuff act like they're standing with the Antifa types because of how edgy it makes them look. Makes them look like edgelord to see pictures of Instagram models standing in front of rioters. And a long time ago, I commented on one of these things and said, "Don't stand in front of them. If they get their way, they'll get over the wall. They'll overthrow whatever is over there, and then they'll burn it all down, and then they'll rape anybody that they want to." Because you know what? That's freaking anarchy. Anarchy isn't some of this beautiful stuff where everything just naturally works because of circle of life or whatever. Anarchy is freaking bloody. It's brutal. It's bad. I have a feeling we're going to see some of it. Anarchy is absolutely reprehensible, and it's just as bad as the alternative on the far right. Now this is definitely a spectator sport right here, though. Like who will win based off who gets the road. Whoever pushes the opponent off to the other side of the road. And in this point, I definitely think that the right won, but the left almost won because the right didn't have enough gear. It's funny that the people on the right brought so much spray, brought so much bear mace. But Antifa is totally immune. Antifa is totally immune to mace spray by now, folks. These guys should have realized that. Antifa has already got their stepdads to buy them the the nicest gas mask that'll totally take care of that stuff. Do these look like the actions of people that want big government, that want more power to the government? Or does this look like anarchy? Does this look like revolution? I'm pretty sure that Antifa in Europe never called for revolution and the teardown of the government. This is American Antifa. I want to push that. This isn't European Antifa. If any European Antifa want to be like, yeah, we like what the Americans are doing, I think you need to have a closer look at what's going on here. Because if you burn down the United States, there's going to be a lot of people getting hurt and killed and raped before you manage to raise your frickin' Marxist utopia. Anyways, rioters in downtown Denver are setting fires across the city and smashing windows at local courthouse, all while record wildfires burn across the state. Well, that's not productive. Let's move it over to Hollywood. Honestly, I haven't heard much about Hollywood lately.
Altercations still happen. Oh!
So we're definitely seeing more and more of this on both sides. We're definitely seeing more fighting going on. But I gotta say, I think that Antifa is going to have to start investing in bulletproof vests soon. Yeah, way to go, Antifa. Let's destroy privately owned businesses. I bet that this business wasn't even owned by a white person. And here we got a piss jug from the far right. Yippee skippy! We definitely got some truckers in the crowd here. So we got a lot of white boys from the far left saying that white people are destroying everything. So you wanna know what? If humans are destroying the world so much and white people are the devil, why don't you just, anti-hero? Just anti-hero. Just take care of it, and you won't have a problem so much anymore. Next up, let's go over to Chicago. Now, once again, I do believe that police need some reform. They definitely need some reform. Like the Breonna Taylor thing, that was just freaking unreasonable. Civil forfeiture, totally freaking unreasonable. Man, just you gotta have better training. You just need better training when it comes to the police, because you definitely got some bad cops. But at the same time, the left says that ACAB, all cops are bastards. If one's bad, they're all bad. And the same goes for Antifa. The same goes for BLM. The same goes for all the anarchists on the left. If you say one of them represents all of them, well, the same goes for you. And that's definitely a problem that we're noticing within the left. I get commenters from people. I got one comment that kind of got me going a little bit, saying that it didn't matter that the transvestite, the red scarf woman who was a transvestite, was getting beaten up by BLM supporters because how did it go? Because she was white and she wasn't black, so she wasn't oppressed like black people are. It's a one-way street. So a lot of people going along with all the social justice stuff thinks that laws are different for black people, for homosexuals, transgendered folks. But the thing is, if you get that special card for being black, so you get to do things, then you should also know that people who are oppressed in other ways also get that same card, and you don't get to use abuse against them because of systemic issues that happen to you, because systemic issues that happen to you have also happened to other people. And not only that, but if you're a white person that isn't gay, bad things can still happen to you. You can still have a bad life. Bad things happen to a lot of people. People get dropped into bad things. There's a lot of perfectly good white people that have been well beaten and possibly raped by family members. But, they don't get anything for that. They don't get a card for that. Next up, we're going to have a look over at Hollywood. More fun stuff happening, more pepper spray, but remember, the anarchists are immune to pepper spray. They had to eat this stuff for breakfast. Next up, we have Detroit, and man, Chicago and Detroit, these police officers do not mess around. Looks like we got no volume on this one. In this video, we can see the peaceful protesters bringing the guillotine of peace up front to show the peaceful police officers. Yep, these Antifa people definitely want more government. These Antifa people definitely want more police. They're for the government. They like what's going on in the United States. They're only burning these American flags so that they can have a little bit of warmth. Can you imagine what would happen if the Proud Boys stuck around for the night shift? That would get interesting. There would definitely be a lot of dead Antifa and a lot of gunshots, that's for sure. I mean, Antifa seems to be fighting the same way that they would at night here. Why would you spray beer on them? They love beer. This is definitely going to be going down in another week. I really think this is going to go down in another week. But things that are going to need to change is the right is going to need to stop using mace and pepper spray, because once again, the left eats that stuff for breakfast. But the left should definitely be bringing bulletproof vests to these things, because the right has all the guns.
Support us by sharing, liking, and subscribing to the new Black Media channel, Make It Plain TV. This channel is dedicated to benefiting you by educating you through enhanced digital technology for social, cultural, and political, economical development by using social commentary on social issues or news stories. If you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to share and subscribe to Make It Plain TV.
We need black media. We need strong black media.